Hey everyone, Connie here from the Daubers, joined with Adam and Matt, and today we are revealing a character from Attack on Titan Set 3.
Okay, Floch Forster, Yeagerist leader, is a 28 survey corps. Enhance your attack, mill 2 cards that build 1 backup with difficulty 2 or less from all cards milled this way. First enhance commit, if you have 3 or more backups, double its attack's damage or reduce its attack's damage to 0. Okay, and he's life and fire. Definitely, he's obviously backup characters. His backup characters 2 or less, so he's getting restricted with his own ability there, and you have to pick out the ones you mill as well.
I think that counts out all the backups from Critical Role as
That's
well.
what I was thinking as well. I think that counts out all the backups
unfortunate.
from Critical Role,
Yeah.
unfortunately. I'm guessing there's obviously this. I obviously have to see the rest of the set.
Yep.
And I assume if this is Floch, because Floch is obviously the character of the faction season, there may be some sort of like Yeagerist backup or something like that, or allied backup that goes with him specifically.
Yeah, maybe. That'd be cool though. So I mean, like, yeah, he's limited to like not being able to get the big backups, and he gets, but I think he still has access to a good few. To be fair, from set like 1/2, because there's a good
Yes, he's still got
couple of
ones
1
in the
and 2s.
first. He's definitely ones in the first 2 sets he can use. He is doing self-mill stuff, so he's probably, I'd say, leaning far more than life, given the symbols there. So if you self-mill and you can go and get the bonuses there, which is not too bad. I would say, though, his first enhanced ability, I'm only going to use that double damage if I'm killing you with it, trying to kill you with it, or it's purely a defensive tactic for me to say, punch that back up over there, or your first attack 0 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that first enhance is like very much as you say. It's like I'm coming in and you have to now immediately deal with this attack, or I have a safety net.
It doesn't say non-throw attack either. So.
Yep.
This is true. It doesn't say non-throw attack. I suppose if it's restricted, me saying you have to have 3 or more backups, and adding further restrictions would be a bit mean.
As somebody who has been playing a backup deck, I feel as if that is such a non-issue. So like,
I know, you're playing the backup.
Yeah,
yeah.
This card just says like double this attack's damage. That's all I read. So no, like I think so. He's obviously so I'm not super well versed in the last season, so I don't really know who he is exactly. I've been informed on who he is. He's like a
Yeagerist leader.
Yeah, he's like a side character essentially.
Yes, he's a side character for the season. He's got some important moments throughout it. More than anything else.
Fair. No spoilers. It's not been long enough.
It has been long enough. It's your fault for not getting it.
So true. But no, I like what he's doing. Like it doesn't look. I think what I like about characters now is I've had a kind of moment where I'm like, thank God it just doesn't look completely broken on face and has to be errated day 1 and stuff. Like I'm just happy we're getting balance.
Characters are coming out, and you just obviously this is either saying it's strong or just being playable. It's always nice to go and see. Floch is definitely going to need to see what else he's got in the set for that backup ability there.
Yeah,
because it's I always find it tricky when you're trying to build a backup deck that getting the balance in the deck skews.
Yeah,
is the issue for me because you're trying to balance your attacks, foundations, and now backup.
Yeah,
abilities backup centric. How many you're running, kind of.
Yeah, it's like because you can't like
he can play shift attacks and stuff like that as well.
Well, that's true.
The Titan card, but yeah, it should. It's a backup. This is the first part backup 2 difficulty 2 or less. It's a bit throwing me off here. You can play shift attacks to get the second ability going faster.
Yeah, I think it would be the kind of lineup of like if you're running the shift attacks, you're running because you're going to double the damage. They're all quite fast anyway.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to happen to have backups by default. So
right.
I think it's fine. I'm quite happy with this kind of character. Right.
I'm interested to see what people come up with for them, definitely.
Desperate Sabotage. 5 difficulty attack. It's 2 mid block, 5 speed mid, 5 damage, and checks a 2. Ranged, and it's blitz, mill 7. Add all backups of difficulty 2 or less. from those milled to your hand.
I like the mill. I'm fine with this. I think also the fact that it's like also now referring to difficulty 2 or less, like it's implying that there must be stuff in the set that he's going to have access to, 100%. Like,
there's definitely going to be something. He can't be the only person trying to do backup or difficulty 2 backup stuff. Then if this type of cards came out for it,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm happy with this being a 2-check. Is the only thing.
Yeah.
so I'm kind of like, the 2-check feels interesting, but then I'm wondering how many more. I think it's going to come down to how many backups we see in this set, because that card in theory does technically say mill 7, draw 7.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. It can
Possibly,
potentially say draw 7 on it,
Yeah.
of course, which would be really good.
Not bad.
Or
Yeah.
just refresh your hand kind of thing. Also,
Yeah.
it's not me either, so it will put them all back into your hand if you hit any.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking though, it's on fire. If you're playing a deck that wants to mill as fast as possible,
Also that.
too,
Yeah. How?
do you just want to play this to mill yourself even faster with them? Because Reiner 2 does play some backups in there, like Grisha and stuff like that, to go and obviously get more card types on the field at the same time. So, is he interested in mill 7 on face for a 2-check?
Plus, even just for a lot of the cards that say, like, if you've cycled, do extra effect. Desperate Sabotage in him, that's like per turn you're milling 9.
Yeah, if you're going him,
you're
going
to cycle if you want to cycle with this.
If you're saying Reiner 2, you're milling 11 between this Reiner's face.
Yeah.
And then obviously it's Reiner, you're going to mill a whole bunch more on top of that as well.
Yeah, like I think this, and bear in mind as well, right? That stat line also could read 5 mid 10.
True.
As well.
Yeah.
So no, I think the 2-check can also bear in mind it's an uncommon.
Yes, I was going to say it's also an uncommon that could potentially draw.
Yeah, it's an uncommon that potentially could draw 7. Like that would be the upper echelon of what it's doing, but like it's still very much an option.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, because we've seen it with soup and we've seen it with potato, well, assets that play and build. If we finally get a backup that plays and builds, one you can block with and build.
Yeah, because we've got like 1 or 2 from the set 1 that do that, but it'd be nice to see a few more.
Yeah.
No, I'm quite fine with this, especially for an uncommon. I am fine with this.
For an uncommon, it seems good and has options as well, so it's got places it can be with.
Yeah. Plus, it's got ranged as well, which is becoming slightly more of a relevant keyword again.
Well, range was relevant for Attack on Titan's first and second set, definitely.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think obviously it's on fire, so fire's fury, but it might be on someone else might be on the range attack from it.
Yeah, true.
This is freedom. 2 diff, check to 5. Is there free low block? Enhance, commit X backups. This attack gets plus X speed and plus X damage.
Ooh,
this is beautiful.
That makes backups finally do something.
Yeah.
That makes all the technical backups in the first set actually be potentially like, hi, how are you? This is huge. And then after doing that, or as a first in hand, you need to double and then do this.
Yeah.
But it's getting the speed, the extra speed where you want from it kind of thing. So you have it at least.
Yeah.
If it's a bare minimum for Floch, it's going to be 3-3. So I don't think you're running more than 1 or 2 of this in a Floch deck.
I mean, yeah, maybe 1 or 2, or maybe you just run the full playset just to see it, so you know that you're guaranteed 1 in.
Yeah, this is true as well. I mean, I wouldn't be minded for, because it's backup. It's backup's not a card type keyword, so I was about to say, so it's going to be a backup with coded foundation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because those ones become some of them become foundations, but the backup versions, yeah, you're just like, right, cool. I just need extra speed and damage to do a 1-punch shot to my opponent.
Yeah.
Like,
well, exactly. If you just want to whittle them down until you can use this invisibility to punch someone out. Aye.
Yeah. So like, no, I think this is actually super relevant. Again, also to note, uncommon.
Yes, like, again, uncommon of a decent power level.
Yeah, it feels really decent for an uncommon.
it's still. I've seen these two cards are clearly for Floch.
Yeah.
But I know we live in the world of a tune now, but it still irks me that we don't have a character and they're 8 support cards. Because they're both clearly Floch's cards. Just
Also,
give him the cards.
Also, Scott just messaged us. It's got low. He likes it.
Of course. It is a 3 block though, so you can't like it too much.
Yeah, he likes it just enough for an uncommon. That's what he's confirmed and told me. Right, are you ready for the sauce? This card I just genuinely like, but again, I fell into a really good love of backups genuinely recently, so I like this.
You did.
Right.
Okay, let's see.
So this is the card we got. We've got the Yeagerist Followers. It's a 1 diff backup with a 2 mid block, and it's got 1 stamina. You're allowed 10 copies in your deck. Let's go!
Right.
Okay.
It's a common. We
What does
love
it
it.
do?
So the enhanced commit, look at the top card of your deck, you may mill 1. Right? The
That's
other
okay.
enhance, get ready for this though. On a common, enhanced commit, this attack gets -1 speed for every 2 copies of Yeagerist Follower in your stage, to a minimum of 1. I.e., if you have 10 of them out, you have -50 on board.
Can you put up a picture of Red Eye
If you have 10
Capsule
of
and just
them
put it next to it, please? I need
And-
to see the difference between the two cards.
Between the two, which ones?
Red Eye Capsule
Red Eye
from
Capsule.
back in the day.
Oh,
you can
no,
have 16
I will
copies
edit
of it.
that. I will edit that in post. But no, this card is very interesting as a backup player.
But this is what I was saying, that obviously there should be something like the Yeagerist Followers, the Yeagerist.
Yep, and I couldn't say it, and she said it at the
card to
start.
come in. It helps it, because, yeah, if you're running 10 of these and Floch's abilities going on,
Yeah,
5 diffs going. 5 diff says, here, put a whole bunch of 2 mid blocks in your hand, or play a bunch of these guys.
yeah,
Aye, that's much easier that way.
yeah. Getting these out is actually quite easy. Getting a big stack of them going. Could you imagine if you hit the trifecta and you get all 10 copies out? The fact that your opponent has to look at a board and go, do I waste an attack on a 1 stamina backup, or do I accept that I have to deal with 10 iterations of -5 speed?
Oh god, it is. It's just
Yeah.
one of them. Right?
Yeah,
It's silly.
boy.
Okay.
Yep, it's yes, and it's the first time in a long while where I can say I agree that having the brackets minimum 1 is applicable here.
Yes, aye. Even have a 1/1 out that says commit -1 speed is, yeah, sure, that's a decent
Yeah.
enough 1 diff backup, I guess.
I also just like the
Um,
fact that you can have 10 of these out as well, right? And every attack, you know your next check.
Yeah, yes, it's true.
Yeah.
It's Apron, you can just use
let me
them to see it down.
sculpt this turn. Because you go with the first one, you go look at the top one. Oh, it's a 6, I'm going to keep that, right? Oh, that's that 2 check I just put in my deck. Cool, let's mill that. Let's use the next one, look
Well-
again. Oh, it's a nice 6, let's go for it.
If you're doing that, we obviously put Feral Shriek in this deck because you're milling yourself.
Because you're milling
See all the-
yourself. Oh, 100%.
Mill that and draw a card. I just
Yeah.
have 2 cards for free.
Yep. There is a lot of options with this floating about.
Okay, so Floch is okay. That's an interesting package. That's interesting enough to okay, what does it do? Let's see the gears on this one. So interesting to see if there's any more cheap backups that come along then.
Yeah.
This is a nice common card.
Yeah, I like this
Oh,
as
yeah.
a common.
Yeah.
I think it's really strong for a common, to be fair. It's also got infinity, so technically anyone can play this. So as a new Cadius player myself, I've found my 1-drop.
It's got ally and not party, so
No,
calm down a wee bit.
no, it is fine because all it says is I get stats.
True. We just have them all out. Aye.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm actually really happy with this card. This card's cool. I think it's just the fact that it's
Definitely.
on 1 stamina. I think that's the best thing about it. That must be the most infuriating thing if your opponent knows, I actually have to whittle a few of these down.
I do have one minor complaint.
Oh,
And it's
here
an
we go.
Attack on Titan only thing.
Oh, it's
The
the
damn
artwork. It's the artwork.
Artwork. It's the vast majority of this card is black empty face. I know book panels, but there must have been a panel with more than one of these guys on it.
This might have been
I
it.
just call it. There was one follower. It was him and Floch.
Yeah, it was him and Floch.
Yeah.
That's how they got through all the defences.
Other than that, no, I think the card is good for what it's doing and what it's obviously support for. So I look forward to seeing this. I look back card.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt? Final.
Yeah, it looks good. Backups are definitely becoming a bit more playable, I think, compared to what they were like set 1 rarity.
Yeah.
Set 1 AOT was obviously the inception of them, so they had to probably keep them reasonable from what we've seen with obviously the next sets follow a bit better for bumping it. I think Floch is definitely a builder round, heavily builder his own deck, like this would be backup decks, but it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, what an attack package would be for that type of deck, and also the construction would be of it, or how it would play out. So, interesting to see it.
Yeah, I'm definitely. So far, all the reveals have been great. This one also, I think, is great. It's just going to be nice to see. It's actually going to be really interesting to see the pre-release events when people use some sealed events, because you might find a bunch of them, and somebody might actually be able to get like a bunch more copies over time. Just have an absolute army of backups.
True. We have been enough pre-releases, but one man got 9 Kurabashi kits in one release deck.
Yeah. So it's
one
like,
draft deck.
it's
Sorry.
possible. It's possible. So that is us, everyone. We have Floch Forster as our reveal, and we will catch you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Right.